நீங்கள் பார்த்து கொண்டிருப்பது உங்கள் RSKV யூடியூப் சேனல்.
Hello everyone, this is Ministerial Staff Paper 1, Precis and Drafting, which was given in the year 2018. Maximum marks 100, time 2 hours. Question 1 is compulsory. Attempt any 3 from the remaining questions. In case of any doubt, the English version shall be taken as authentic. Where assessment year is not mentioned, it may be taken as 2019-20. In case of any other doubt, make suitable assumptions and highlight the same in your answer. Question number 1. Make a precise of the following passage within brackets in 140 words approximately. Also give it a suitable title. It all started when someone sent an unsolicited essay to the Journal of the American Medical Association last year. It could have happened to any publication. Newspapers, magazines, and scientific and medical journals get manuscripts they haven't commissioned all the time. The difference in this case was the subject matter of the essay. The essay, 500 words or so, was a first-person account of how a groggy gynecology resident in an unnamed hospital was awakened at 3 a.m. to ease the pain of a suffering, sleepless 20-year-old ovarian cancer patient. The resident ended her pain by giving her what he believed to be a fatal injection of morphine. The essay was a description of a mercy killing and in effect a confession to a murder, and it had been submitted to JAMA for publication on one condition, that the author's name be withheld. Editors have many choices when they get a piece like this. Dr. George Lundberg, a physician and the editor of JAMA for the past 6 years, chose a course that landed the AMA in court and reaped angry denunciations from physicians, ethicists, and many journalists and the editors of other medical journals. Lundberg plunked the piece into the essay section of the January 8 edition of JAMA without listing the author's name, without verifying that the event actually took place, and without running a preface explaining why he was publishing the essay or that he was uncertain about the essay's veracity. Lundberg later explained that he wanted to stir up a debate over a controversial subject. That he did. But he also stirred up a discussion about his own actions, raising questions of medical and journalistic ethics for which there are no ready answers. And through his actions and statements, he illustrated that editors of medical and scientific journals operate in a culture that is largely foreign to the world of journalists who gather news for a general audience. The 105-year-old Journal of the American Medical Association, published in Chicago, claims to be the most widely circulated medical publication in the world, with 383,000 readers of the English language edition and 250,000 readers of its 10 foreign language editions. Published by the most powerful doctors' organization in the country, JAMA also is one of 2 top medical publications in the United States. The popular press looks to JAMA and the New England Journal of Medicine each week for the latest medical news. JAMA's January 8 edition was no exception. Graced with the portrait of a woman by the 19th century painter Ingres on its cover, JAMA included 2 items many newspapers picked up: a study of a syndrome in which people's blood pressure shoots up at the sight of a doctor's white coat, and an article and editorial saying tighter controls and better counseling need to accompany human immunodeficiency virus antibody testing, commonly known as AIDS testing. The issue also included its over Debbie appeared in a section called A Piece of My Mind, which Lundberg portrays as an informal courtyard of creativity, a place where poems, anecdotes, and unscientific matters are published. Lundberg refuses to reveal many specifics of the editorial process, and he forbids interviews with his staff. But he does note that JAMA articles are put through a peer review process. Lundberg, however, won't disclose the number, names, or occupations of the reviewers who looked at the Debbie piece or the contents of the reviews. Nor will he talk about the number of JAMA staffers who opposed publishing the piece. He also declines to say whether he asked lawyers for the AMA to review the piece. However, Kirk Johnson, The AMA's General Counsel said Lundberg didn't discuss the essay with him prior to the publication. Lundberg also refuses to say whether he consulted with medical ethicists in advance of publication, though AMA attorney Johnson said the essay had been reviewed by an ethicist. Within brackets 40 marks. Answer. Title to be given is the January 8 JAMA edition. The January 8 edition of the Journal of the American Medical Association published an unsolicited essay of 500 words of a first-person account on how a groggy gynecology resident in an unnamed hospital, when awakened at 3 a.m., eased the pain of a suffering sleepless 20-year-old ovarian cancer patient by giving her a fatal injection of morphine. It was a description of mercy killing, a confession of murder. Dr. George Lundberg, the editor of JAMA, published the piece without running a preface or explaining why he was publishing the essay or ascertaining the essay's veracity. This raised questions of medical and journalistic ethics. Through his actions, he illustrated that editors of medical and scientific journals operate in a culture very foreign to that of journalists who gather news for a general audience. Lundberg refused to reveal specifics of the editorial process. He didn't discuss the essay with Kirk Johnson, the AMA's General Counsel. The essay was, however, reviewed by an ethicist. Question number 2. You are working in the office of Rangehead. Draft a letter on behalf of Rangehead calling information about the cases completed by all ITOs in June and September quarter for the purpose of review. Within brackets 20 marks. Answer. Office of the Additional Commissioner of Income Tax, Range ABC, room number XYZ, 3rd floor, Central Revenue Building, IP Estate, New Delhi 11002. F number Additional CIT / Range ABC / 2019-20 / dated exam date. 2. All income tax officers, Range ABC, New Delhi. Subject. Information about the cases completed during quarter ending June and September for the purpose of review regarding. Please refer to the subject cited above. In this regard, you are directed to provide the list of scrutiny cases completed during the quarter ending June 2018 and quarter ending September 2018 for the purpose of review as per the following details. As a table, serial number, name of the assessee, PAN, assessment year, reasons for selection, returned income, assessed income. Below the table, you are directed to take necessary action in the above matter and submit the list to this office within 3 days. Yours faithfully, Additional Commissioner of Income Tax, Range XYZ, New Delhi. Question number 3. Information was received in Office of Assessing Officer, DCIT, within brackets, that assessee has taken bogus LTCG from script A. From the information available, it was known that the assessee shown purchases of script A from disclosed sources for Rs 5 lakhs on 23/11/11 and sold those shares for Rs 25 lakhs on 24/3/2013 and thus shown capital gain of Rs 20 lakhs. Investigation wing has sent the statement of person who was facilitator for these transactions. Record reasons for reopening of case under section 147/148 of Income Tax Act. Within brackets 20 marks. Answer. Reasons for reopening of case under section 147/148 of the Income Tax Act 1961. Name of the assessee, PAN, assessment year 2013-14. Information has been received from DDIT Investigation Wing, New Delhi, that the assessee has taken bogus LTCG from script A. From the information available, it was known that the assessee had shown purchase of script A from disclosed sources for Rs 5 lakhs on 23/11/2011 and sold those shares for Rs 25 lakhs on 24/3/2013 and thus shown capital gain of Rs 20 lakhs. A statement of the person concerned was recorded in this regard, which shows that the transaction of purchase of shares and sales of share was bogus. As per the record available for the year under consideration, it is found that no assessment within the ambit of IT Act 1961 had been undertaken. Thus, The issue of evaded tax on LTCG remains unverified for assessment year 2013-14. In view of the above mentioned facts and circumstances, I have reason to believe that an amount of Rs 25 lakhs represents the undisclosed income of the assessee, which is routed through accommodation entries from bogus entries. Considering the above referred credible information and the fact that the assessment has not been undertaken, I have reason to believe that at least an amount of Rs 25 lakhs or maybe more has escaped assessment in case of the assessee within the meaning of Section 147/148 of the Income Tax Act 1961. Since more than 4 years of the relevant years have already passed, and as the information available to non-disclosure of material facts pertaining to such transactions which has not been disclosed by the assessee in the return of income, the case is squarely covered under provisions of Section 147 of Income Tax Act 1961. Based on the above facts, I have reasons to believe that the income of the assessee to the extent of Rs 25 lakhs which was chargeable to tax has escaped assessment for the assessment year 2013-14 on account of failure on the part of the assessee to disclose fully and truly all material facts necessary for the assessment of the assessment year 2013-14. If approved, in terms of provisions of Section 151(1), sanction may be kindly be accorded for issue of notice under Section 148 for assessment year 2013-14 in the case of the assessee. Submitted for kind perusal and approval. DCIT. Question number 4. You are required to draft a notice under Section 142(1) of Income Tax Act 1961 with regard to the case of ABC Private Limited, which was selected for limited scrutiny for following reasons. A. Large increase in share capital, applicability of Section 57. B. Mismatch of turnover reported in ITR and 26 AS, within brackets 20 marks. Answers. Office of the Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax, Circle ABC 1, room number XXX, CR Building, IP Estate, New Delhi. Number DCIT/Circle ABC 1, 2019-20, dated exam date. 2. The Principal Officer, ABC Private Limited, New Delhi. Subject. Questionnaire under Section 142(1) of the IT Act for assessment proceedings for assessment year 2017-18 regarding assessment proceedings in this case, which was selected for limited scrutiny for assessment year 2017-18, is pending with the undersigned. The reasons for selection of your case are as follows. Point number 1. Large increase in share capital, within brackets, applicability of Section 57. Point number 2. Mismatch of turnover reported in ITR and 26 AS. In order to complete the assessment proceedings, you are requested to comply with the following: complete details of identity, creditworthiness, and genuineness of the person or persons through which share capital was increased. Reasons for mismatch of turnover reported in ITR and 26 AS. You are requested to submit your reply within 5 days from receipt of this questionnaire. Fresh notice under Section 142(1) of the Act is enclosed. Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax, Circle ABC 1, New Delhi. Question number 5. Your ACIT has given 3 notices under Section 142(1) to assessee, for which assessee has not complied. Draft a show cause notice under Section Draft a show cause notice for penalty under Section 271(1)(b) of IT Act, within brackets 20 marks. Answer. Office of the Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax, Circle A1, room number AA, Central Revenue Building, IP Estate, Delhi. F number ACIT/Circle A1/2019-20. Dated exam date. Show cause for penalty under Section 271(1)(b) of the Income Tax Act 1961. 2. Shri XYZ, New Delhi. Sir, whereas in connection with the notices under Section 142(1) of the IT Act served on 9/3/2018, 9/4/2018 and 9/5/2018 by the office of the undersigned, you are required to comply as per the terms of the notice issued and served to you. You are required to show cause as to why penalty under Section 271(1)(b) of the IT Act 1961 of ₹10,000 for each default should not be levied on you for non-compliance of notices issued and served to you under Section 142(1) of the IT Act. You are now required to submit the reply at room number AA, Central Revenue Building, IP Estate, New Delhi 111002 within 5 days from service of this showcase notice. This may be treated as final opportunity given to you. Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax, Circle A1, Delhi.